Hello everyone, welcome to my channel.
I'm an American living in China, and I'm going to tell you some things I love about living here. For some context, I moved to Shanghai 7 months ago with my husband and our beautiful dog, Scout. Right, the biggest thing that I will just never get over is the safety. I have never felt so safe as a woman in my entire life. I can walk the streets at any time of night, any time of day, and I never feel like men or anybody is staring at me with bad intentions. Never feel freaked out. I'm not constantly checking over my shoulder. Nobody's really acting weird or crazy in public. I feel like I moved here and my nervous system could just be like, okay, we're okay. Confident and safe riding the metro alone, which brings me to my next point. I love the public transportation here. My husband and I take the metro every day to work. We work as teachers at a bilingual school, and it's always quiet. Like, the train could be packed, and more often than not, nobody's speaking. Everyone's just kind of minding their own business on their phone. Sometimes people will talk very loudly on the phone and everyone's like, what are you doing? Metros are clean. So I feel like when I walked into subway stations in America, you would just be like, yeah, it smells like pee down here. Cities themselves in China are really clean, which I love. You can always find workers out sweeping the streets with these really interesting brooms that are made out of a branch. I don't know, it totally works. They're spraying down the streets, picking up trash, and so everything always looks really good. The thing I love is the convenience. So basically everything is done on your phone. There are two main apps, WeChat and Alipay, and you use both of these apps for transportation, renting bikes, ordering food, paying anywhere you go. The only downside of this is you can't leave the house without taking your phone with you. You pretty much need it on you at all times, or else you can't get around anywhere or pay for things. Everything is so convenient, cheap, and fast here. A few nights a week we will order in and our food comes within like 20 minutes. There's no delivery fee. We pretty much always eat dinner for two under $10 USD. So sometimes I'll get a coffee delivered, and in total for the coffee and the delivery, it's like $3 USD. Obviously I love the food here, but that one is just way too obvious.
For context, this is not a CCP channel. This is not a propaganda channel. I've not been paid. I've not been asked to promote any content about America moving to China. I'm just sharing stories as I share the stories. So bear with me. Don't call me a CCP apologist. I ain't one.
I don't trust most Americans' opinion on China. I lived in China for 3.5 years, and I can tell you the news does not paint the full picture of China. It shocked me how advanced China really is. They use mobile payments for everything. WeChat Pay, Alipay. People don't pull out credit cards any longer over there. They have high-speed rails that go just about everywhere. In Shanghai, over the past 30 years, has developed from being a countryside to being a full, blown-out city. We don't talk about this. Also, Americans don't understand how complex China's history is. There are 1.5 billion people in China, and they have a history that spans thousands of years. You can imagine having that level of history. Why they operate the way they do and react to things now is probably due to what happened in the past. For example, so many Americans ask me, why is China so strict on drugs? We're not like that in the US. Well, China had the first and second opium wars where Westerners brought opium and it completely trashed their economy. So looking at this history, we can see why China has such a strong stance on having drugs in the country. They don't want an inefficient population. And the way I think is we oftentimes ask, like, why is technology, like, why are our products not allowed to go into China? If I'm looking at history and I'm seeing all the different ways that Westerners have come over and completely China's economy, I'm like, if I'm trying to build up a city of a country of 1.5 billion people, most of which are in rural populations, how are you going to have American technology come over and completely overtake their country? My whole thing is when we look at China, we have to understand the full picture. It can't be a comparative game with what does the US do and oh, China should do the same thing. We are very different countries. We have very different histories, and we have to understand that when we go to make a perspective, which is why
I'm moving to China. Fuck New York City. I am moving to China tomorrow. So I go ahead and create my red note, right? And I'm thinking that this place is like North Korea. Like, everybody's living in poverty. They're oppressed by their government. Oh my God, is all I have to say. The first thing I say, you guys really have to work more than one job just to survive and like have a home and food? What? Americans are showing their medical bills and the Chinese don't know what to do. They're like, what? They can't even believe it. They're like, ours is free. And when you go to the hospital, it's like $100, including treatment. And then people are showing their ambulance bills. Because our ambulances are thousands of dollars. Theirs is free. Free. And don't even get me started on the grocery hauls. These people go in these grocery haul. Like, I've never even heard of that word here. Like, we're just like, eating crackers to survive here, to pay rent. Like, they're hauling groceries that like would be worth like $1,000 here. But for them, it's like nothing. And it's all healthy, high quality food. Hence why they're all skinny, gorgeous, and their skin is perfect. So I just don't have words for this. And their trains look like they came out of the year 3000. It literally looks like out of a frickin' movie. And there's no homeless people. And they're immaculate. And like extremely high speed. Like New York City subway. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Their cars and phones are 10 times more technologically advanced than ours. And affordable. And you know what's funny? We can't have them here. We're not allowed. They're banned. They're banned. And do not even look up Chinese kindergarten. Don't look it up. It'll make you so mad. I almost swan dove out my window when I saw Chinese kindergarten. Meanwhile, in our kindergarten, they can't even teach children, like, what's a boy and what's a girl. And they're teaching kids that they can identify as animals here in our country. So, I don't think we're the problem. I really just don't think that we're the problem anymore. And this one's my favorite. They're all confirming that they don't have a social credit system like we've been told. But you know what we have over here is a credit score. We can barely do anything without it. So it's just almost like they're telling us that they have things that they don't, but we are the ones that actually have them. Interesting. So if you want to ruin your day and cry yourself to sleep every night and rethink your entire life and society and everything you've ever been told, go make a red note.
We have built the best war machine in the world. The best war machine in the world. We have built it. But we don't have high-speed rails. We don't have a good living standard for the average American as compared to the average Chinese, right? You have all the ladies speak out. Waiting club over here.
So I live in China, and the United States is not real because what do you mean? What do you mean we can get a 4-bedroom apartment with a big kitchen? Look how big this kitchen is. Look how big this kitchen is. Literally, this big old kitchen for only $1,000 a month. Like, this place is huge. Don't mind all the stuff we're cleaning right now, obviously, because you gotta clean the place before you move in. But look at this. 4 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the master bedroom. Like, are you kidding? With 3 bathrooms, by the way. 1, 2, 3. The last one is in the master bedroom. So if you think that living abroad isn't lit, I don't know what to tell you. But we're about to furnish this whole place. So if you don't follow our Passport Visions page, make sure you follow our other page. But I'll be posting updates here too. So make sure you guys stay tuned and stay locked in because we're so excited to furnish this whole place. Oh my God.
Let's do a little apartment tour in Shenzhou, China. This apartment's 3 beds, 2 baths, and it's only $390 a month. Kitchen is pretty small, but it doesn't matter if you're only cooking for 3 people. This is the living room, and all the apartments in China and most of Asia come furnished, so you don't have to worry about buying anything. My daughter's little turtle that she won. We have this huge balcony that wraps around to my office, and this is also super nice and practical. Like, look how nice this is. They don't really do dryers here, so you have to hang dry everything. But that's so cute. This is my office. We literally moved in 3 days ago, so I have nothing set up. But this is my sewing room, and I love that it has a sliding door here, so my daughter can have her little pool out there and I can watch her while I work. This is the first bathroom. This is her bathroom. She has her own bathroom, which I love. Then we have her bedroom here. She's taking a nap, so I'll be quiet. Then this is the master bedroom. It's super cute, and I love how like this light switch, you can change the setting of the light. And my bathroom. You literally can't beat this for less than $400 a month, which is crazy because my apartment complex that had no amenities, nothing, it was like not even barely updated, wanted to up my rent $400 this year. Increase it $400 this year, where I'm not even paying $400 to live here. And we paid our internet bill like 2-3 days ago when we moved in, and we asked the guy like how much. We paid $50. Like, when do we pay it again, or how do we pay it again, assuming we're gonna have to pay it again like next month or in a couple months. He said it was paid for the year. $50 for the year. I'm like, I pay $70 a month back home. I'm never going home.
I'm gonna tell y'all the difference between paying rent in China versus paying rent in America. I'm gonna give you the whole rundown from start to finish. So I have a 4-bedroom condo in China, 2 bathrooms, balcony, top floor, nice view. I'm gonna show y'all whenever I go back. I'm not there right now, but I'm gonna show y'all when I go back. So the whole process, what it took for me to get this apartment. I had my translator go on the Chinese app, and I scrolled through, I don't know how many apartments. They had so many apartments available for rent. Found the one that I liked, called the owner, set up the appointment. Bro, I literally moved in the next day. I didn't have to do no credit check. Nobody asked me for my income. Didn't have to show nobody my bank account. I literally just signed the contract, 2-year lease, passport, paid the cash. Look, fully furnished apartment. I didn't need to buy no couch, no chairs, no bed, no counters, no TV, no dryer, washing machine. Everything came with the apartment. $600 a month, water included, and just like little stuff like toothpaste, soap, a couple extra blankets. That's it. I was set. So I paid the deposit, but I get that back whenever my lease up. It's so hard for some people to move into an apartment just off their credit. So the fact that I can go to a country I don't even speak the language and have so much freedom is crazy. Some people might comment and say, oh, $600 expensive in China. Y'all gonna find a way to complain. Why, when somebody is trying to motivate and inspire people to travel, y'all want to be negative? When the last time rent has been $600 in America? In the 2000s? 25 years ago? 20 years ago? Well, what's the problem? I'm not understanding. Y'all don't know Chinese people. I have real Chinese friends that barely speak English. Trust me, y'all think they so cheap? Chinese people are the definition of wealth. Want to experience a rich lifestyle? Hang around Chinese people. American rich and Chinese rich is 2 different things. I'm telling you right now, I experienced it. I know people that's making $40 million a year, and they've been doing this for the last 5-10 years. Guess what? They don't even like foreign cars. What's the first thing you see a millionaire do in America? You're gonna know he has money from the material stuff that he buys. You'll never know if a Chinese man has money or not. You will always know if an American person has money or not. That's the difference between Chinese people and American people. If you notice, in the West, when we start making money like in America, our expenses increase. But Chinese people, their expenses stay low. They know how to manage money. They producers. They produce everything. They don't really consume that much. Like clothes, cars, house. It's people that I know that pay rent. And this is why they continue to make money every single day, every single year, because they know what's an asset and they know what's a liability. If they feel like it's something that's going to make them lose money, they're going to cancel it. But here in America, even though we're going to lose money buying something, we like the image of it. Because people care about image so much here, even though something you can buy can make you lose money and goes down in value, you still buy it because of the image of it. But Chinese people do not care about that. They don't care about image. They want real results. They want a flourishing company. They want to make this amount of money every single day for 10 years. That's the type of goals they got. Make sure y'all follow me on here and Instagram. I'm going to keep y'all updated on my whole journey, what I've seen, what type of opportunities I have. Even if I can help some of y'all go to China, if I can. There's so many opportunities. So I'm going to start making videos to get y'all updated with everything in China. Because I know it's a lot of people that's just missing that one connect that can actually help them and change their life. So if I can be that person, let's do it.
Believe that the Chinese have a government that work for them, right? Here, our living standards, our life, the American dream has been killed by the corporate greed. The government is working for the billionaires, not for the common citizen. Get me right. But there in China, the government works for the people.
There's no technology in China. What are they talking about? China is still a third world country. 你和我，中文说的很好。你和我，这个多少钱？这个
25万到33万。
真的吗？
哎。
你和我。Even the taxi drivers in China, yeah, they use electric cars. They've even got a sky train. 66666，我的天哪，厉害 ！And a bloody robot waiter. So I'm blown away. I can't believe how developed China has actually become in the last, let's say, 20 to 30 years. Crazy.
Everything I see on my walk around Shanghai, China. Gardeners constantly taking care of the beautiful landscape. Like, look how gorgeous it is. What I haven't seen in 3 weeks of being in China, a bunch of blue lights and loud sirens. Haven't seen them. Lots of scooties. Because they're not motorcycles, it's not loud here. And I think like 30 or 40% of the cars on the road are EV too, so it's just not loud. 1.5 billion people, it's not loud here. Tons of people on public transportation, but you guys, it's 8 a.m. on Saturday, so you're not gonna see them right now, but they are definitely here. They don't work 24/7 in China, or not at least what I could see whenever I'm out at the mall. Restaurants, there are always tons of people there with me, but it doesn't feel crowded. I don't know how to explain it. Construction everywhere, all the time, but not loud. Our last hotel was right in front of like a construction zone. Couldn't hear anything. This guy's killing it. On their scooters, when it's cold or raining, they always have like these jackets to protect themselves. I don't know if you could tell because they're moving fast, but yeah, always like these cool little jackets and umbrellas that extend over their entire scooter. And the people here are old. Like, a lot of them are young, but it throws me off to see so many people who look at least 70, 80, 90 years old, extremely active, running Tai Chi in the park, having jobs, and they're always cleaning up. My sister literally just told me Neo and Chris Brown are like the same age. I cannot say this enough. I have been here for 3 weeks. I can't think of anything. This place is on point. The people are super nice. The food is top tier. The cost of what I've had to spend on like things, luxuries is really low. Service is off the chain. So from a visitor's perspective, I can't say nothing bad. The running, walking trails, I just ran 9 miles this morning. I'm just doing a little cool down walk, but I've run 20 miles out here. 13 miles at the Bund. I've run almost 100 miles in Shanghai. Like, I've never seen any place that wants you to move your body this much and allows you to with the open spaces. It's beautiful. Okay, the way that taxis drive, not my favorite thing. However, if you just translate to them, drive slowly and safely, they will do that. So even if that was an issue, it's not an issue. Y'all look at this. It actually counts down when to go. So everybody be on go when it gets to 0. Right? Just ready to go. It keeps everything really on point. And I don't feel bad for these people. Like, some places I go, I'll be like, damn, do they like their life? It kind of suck out here. I hope everything okay at home. Here, I don't worry about these people. Their life is good. But I'm also not intimidated by it because it's like, oh my God, there's so much wealth. I just feel uncomfortable. Like, nah, everything is good. Anywho, part 3 to see what stores are in this area.
I believe maybe I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. We are an empire in decline. You can see about the Japanese out from the in the 1980s, we used to think that the Japanese will overtake US. Mhm. Their banking systems were expandable. Their production, things produced in Japan were very cheap. It collapsed. The British Kingdom, the United Kingdom, an empire where sun never set, it collapsed. Hmm? It reaches a point where an empire cannot sustain its expansion. Currently, in the US, in the United States, we have we are highly developed to a point whereby currently we are even struggling to maintain our infrastructure. What we have, it's very even costly to maintain them. Mm. And China, it's still developing. It hasn't reached its potential. Mhm. Now, as we struggle to maintain our infrastructure, the structures that have been placed to make us the best country in the world, here comes the corporate greed. Corporate greed is what has been killing America. Now, here is the kicker. Let's look at number one, homelessness. Do you think that the government cannot end homelessness in US? Do you think so? I saw a data somewhere that we only need 20 billion to end homelessness in US. But the organizations which are tasked to end homelessness, they incentivize homelessness because if homelessness will end, their job will end. So they are motivated to uh, promote homelessness. I don't know how, but I don't know if it's a conspiracy. I don't know. But we are an empire in decline. And unless we find a way to come back, maintain our infrastructure as we develop, we are in a problem. We are in a problem. We are in a problem. Our companies are fronts for Chinese producers. They outsource products in China, they come to sell in US. Their claim, it's so expensive to produce in US. It's so expensive. A country that has robots, a country that has the best output per human in the world. Hmm? Yeah. So we are in great problem. We are in a great problem. And I believe me, it will be very hard to uh, conquer China as we did with British and the Japanese, because now Chinese have roots all over the world. Yeah, electric cars, they are outproducing us. Hmm? Look at their education system, maybe one of the best in the world. They are producing mathematicians, they are producing scientists. Huh? Look at their government. I don't like it. I don't like the government. But one thing you have to give their government is that it is effective. Yeah, maybe they are dictatorship. You can say that they are authoritarian. You can say that. But one thing you can give them, they are effective. Over the past 4 decades, they have pulled 800 million Chinese out of poverty. Hmm. Yes, 800 million out of poverty. Their government is effective. The government is not controlled by lobbying by corporates. Their government is controlled by the interest of the Chinese.